What is love? That is a question many have asked, yet perhaps no one can define it completely. Love is not fixed, it grows over time, deepening as we age. But there will come a time when we do not know what lies ahead. In those moments, the important thing is not to try to control or prevent change, but to be ready to walk together, even when the road ahead is slippery and unclear. When we married, we made vows, not just words spoken in a fleeting moment, but a compass guiding our shared life. We hoped that when we grew old, we could still sit together, cherishing the life we had built. Though time passes and we sometimes forget the vows of our youth, one thing remains clear. We want our home to be a place where everyone can truly be themselves. Love is not just about romantic moments, but also about accepting each other, even when the differences that once attracted us become challenges. And as love matures, it is no longer about holding on or depending on each other, but about companionship, a strong bond even in the face of the unknown. When we married, we do not just exchange vows, we build the core values of our shared life. One of the most important things we always keep in mind is making our home a place where everyone can fully accept themselves. At first, we thought of it as a beautiful wish, but over time, we realized we were truly living by it. Additionally, we promised not to hide behind each other. Love does not mean relying on the other to fill in what we lack, but walking together on a journey while still maintaining our own identities. We do not lose ourselves in love. Instead, we grow together, appreciating our differences. Marriage is not about complete fusion, but about the companionship of two independent individuals, willing to support but not impose on each other. That is how we maintain a lasting relationship, where both of us can be ourselves while staying deeply connected. In marriage, one of the greatest challenges is accepting that our partner is not exactly like us. The differences that once attracted us can, over time, become sources of frustration. But those differences also teach us to understand and adjust, helping us grow closer. Every day, we face small things that can affect our relationship. I noticed that if I left the butter out after making toast, my wife would be irritated. At first, I did not pay attention, but then I realized that a simple act like putting the butter away was a way to show care. There was no need for debate or analysis. I just needed to change a small habit to make her happier. There are also things I do that annoy her without realizing it. But she tells me honestly, we have learned to listen and adjust for each other, not to change who we are, but to create a more harmonious and loving life together. Marriage is not just about sweet moments, but a long journey with many different phases. At the beginning, we were full of excitement and passion, savoring every second together. Then, when we had children, life entered a new chapter, wonderful, but also challenging. Raising children required effort and was sometimes exhausting, yet it also strengthened our bond. We had times when work kept us apart, and there were moments when life's pressures made us weary. But instead of complaining, we accepted these challenges as part of the journey. Looking back, we realized that those struggles helped build a stronger relationship. Now, with no more business trips pulling us away, we spend all our time together, eating, sleeping, and enjoying every little moment of life. This change is not just an adjustment, but a new kind of happiness, a completely different phase, yet still filled with love. When children leave home, many couples feel empty or even distant, as their lives had revolved around parenting and careers for so long. But for us, this became an opportunity to rediscover each other and enjoy time together. We have always believed that the key to marriage is not just walking in the same direction, but also actively creating meaningful experiences together. One habit we have maintained for many years is sitting together every evening at sunset. When we were young, we watched the sun go down side by side. When we had children, they joined in. Now, even though our children are grown and gone, we continue this ritual. It is not just a simple act, it is a small ceremony that helps us connect, converse, and appreciate life's moments. Not everything valuable comes from grand events. Sometimes the smallest habits, the simplest moments together, hold the deepest meaning in love and marriage. And we choose to make those moments sacred so that every day becomes a cherished memory. As I grow older, I realize that life's simplest things often carry the greatest meaning. In the past, I dreamed of a life filled with grand romantic moments. But now I understand that it is the little things, the daily routines, that create the strongest bonds. Small gestures like a loving glance, an unexpected touch, or simply sitting in silence together speak louder than any words. These are the things no one teaches us to treasure, but when we pause to notice them, we realize how precious they are. Just as nature moves in cycles, leaves changing colors, birds migrating, love has its own rhythms. And my wife, in some way, has become part of that rhythm. She is present in my life as naturally as the sunrise each morning. That does not mean I take her presence for granted, but rather that I have learned to love through the simplest things, to see the extraordinary in the ordinary. I always feel lucky to wake up each day and see her beside me, as if she were an essential part of life itself, like the rising sun or a gentle breeze over the fields. She is not just my partner, but an irreplaceable part of my world. I know that one day I may turn to my side and not find her there anymore. Just the thought of it makes my heart ache. But I also understand that if that day comes, the best way to honor the life we built together is to continue living fully. Love does not mean losing ourselves in each other, but walking side by side so that no matter what happens, we remain strong. If she leaves before me, I will grieve, I will miss her, but I will also keep living and cherishing the days ahead because I believe that is what she would want, for me to keep watching the sunrise, tending to the garden, and embracing life, just as we always did together. If one day she is no longer with me, it will be the greatest sorrow of my life. But I know that the best way to honor our love is to keep living, not drowning in loss, but turning it into a reason to enjoy the days I have left. Love is not just about being together in the present, but about the memories and values we built. I will do the things she loved, watch the sunrise, tend to the garden, welcome friends, because I know that is how she would want me to live. Though sorrow will always be there, I will make it a part of life, like the rich soil that nourishes my final days, so that love does not fade, but continues in the most meaningful way. Love does not exist only in moments of happiness, but also in how we keep living when the one we love is no longer by our side. I know that if that day comes, I will grieve, I will cry, but I will also continue to live as she would have wanted. I will watch the sunrise, care for the garden, and keep my door open to loved ones. Because love does not end when one person leaves. It continues in the memories, in the little things we once shared and cherished together.